We're outside Commonwealth Stadium here at Edmonton, Alberta, with none other than the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Great to see you, sir.
Good to be with you, man.
Welcome back
My
to
pleasure.
Edmonton.
Good
It's
to
great
be
to
here.
have you here. Of course, millions of fans know you around the world as the $1 Million Man, and some fans have got to know over the years the different path that you're on these days. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I am an ordained minister of the gospel, preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, far and wide. Actually, I got hooked up about 4 years ago with a men's ministry organization called Promise Keepers Canada. So I've been doing those meetings all over Canada for the last 4 years. I got hooked up with this church here locally, with Church on 99, actually 2 years ago as a result of one of those meetings. And I'm back in the area. I'll be at Church on 99 Sunday morning for all three morning services. I believe it's 9:30, 11, and 12:30. I'm going to do a youth event there tonight, and I'm actually going on from Edmonton to Lloydminster.
Oh, wow.
And next weekend, I'm going to be doing, they have an annual Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, and I'll be the speaker for that, and I'll be there next weekend. And I'll tell you, it's amazing. I've been thinking maybe I need to move to Canada because it just seems like I spend so much more time up here, and if things keep going the way they're going in my country right now, it might be a good move.
We're going to talk a little bit here, since we have you on the video, about just life since wrestling, of course. Your son now, is he still Ted Jr. to you?
Well,
was he ever Ted Jr. to you?
Well, nobody ever called him Ted Jr. He's always been Teddy.
Teddy.
And that's what everybody called me when I was a kid. But he's always going to be Teddy to me. But he's doing very well. He got a college education and then came to me and told me he wanted to wrestle, which was kind of a shock. But I said, man, he says, if that's what's in your heart to do, go for it. Just know it's not going to be easy. And it wasn't easy. Actually, harder, carrying on a name that's established like mine has been than it is to come in and nobody know you. And but he's done very well, and everybody that I talked to, right up to the top guy, up to Vince, has said, he's got a tremendous future ahead of him. He's already made a movie.
Yeah, he's a movie star.
Which, that
$1 Million Man was never in a movie.
Well, I was, but you'd have to look real close to see me.
Oh, really? Okay, what movie was this?
The movie was Paradise Alley. It was like Sylvester Stallone's first movie after the original Rocky. And,
okay.
Anyway, it was kind of a wrestling deal, and you'd have never.
Are you like one of the guys in the background?
It was like, oh, there I went.
Oh.
yeah.
We'll have to watch that in Paradise Alley there. But you're continuing, of course, to go across the country, spreading the word around the world, essentially.
That's true.
But for folks that come in that know you from the wrestling past, and they can't always believe that a wrestler would be doing this now, well, what do you tell those people?
God's got a plan for your life. God's got a plan for everybody's life, as far as I'm concerned. And in my own life, I feel like it took God allowing me to go the way I wanted to go and to experience the fame and the success and all the things that come along with that, and in spite of all the success and the fame and the things that I had, there was still this emptiness in me, and because of that, I did what so many others do, and I went to drugs and alcohol and chasing around other women, and the real demon in my life was other women. And I called home one day and my wife confronted me with it. I was caught in adultery, and that was my wake-up call. It was then looking in the mirror and going, look, you jerk, you've put at risk the most valuable things in your life for what? To stroke your ego. And that was when I turned back to the God of my youth and the principles that I had been raised on. But I had no idea in doing that it one day would lead me to, walk away from wrestling, which is what I've known all my life, and to become a full-time minister. But that's what did happen over a course of time, and it's wonderful in that I have a piece of my life I never had before. I'm not the $1 Million Man. I'm an itinerant preacher basically, and I depend on as I go and where God opens doors for me. So, but God's met all the needs in my life, and my wife and I are still together, and we're happier now than we've ever been. And she loves the guy that she's married to now much more than the guy she had back then, obviously. And I'm just fortunate that she was and showed me the kind of grace and mercy that she did, and had a willingness to give me that chance to prove myself. And but that's a story that is too long to tell here.
You'll tell the whole story, as I'm sure.
Yes, I will.
As wherever you get a chance to see Ted DiBiase, by all means, go and do it. I've seen you speak before, and it is definitely an eye-opening experience. So from growing up watching you on the TV as the bad guy, $1 million man, to seeing what you do now, congratulations on all your hard work and you know, following your heart. It's very cool to see.
That's where you got to do it. I tell kids all the time, I'll be doing some school assemblies between now and next weekend between here and Lloydminster. And I tell kids all the time, I say, you know what, work hard, sacrifice whatever it takes to achieve the goal that you've set in your life, but be passionate about what you do. If it's not coming from your heart, then it's not what you should be doing. And because if it's heartfelt, then you will be willing to do whatever it takes to get there. And, you know, sky's the limit.
He's an international superstar. He's a WWE Hall of Famer. Most importantly, he's a man just like the rest of us, and he's got a great message. He's Ted DiBiase. Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. You betcha.
Absolutely.